Hello friends! Today we are going to start a new series on primitive reflex integration therapy. And the first reflex we are going to discuss is Moro's reflex, also called as startle reflex. This reflex will be seen in an infant. When they are born, they are sensitive to stimulations from the environment. Any sudden sounds, any sudden movements can elicit this reaction, and the response is opening of the arms like you're scared and then closing them in. So this reflex remains initially but slowly integrates by the time the child is 4 months old. It is clear that if this reflex remains or is retained beyond a certain age, the child is likely to end up in hypersensitivities. The Moro's reflex is responsible for the development of sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight or flight response, how our body responds to a stressful situation. So a hypersensitive child might end up having more sensitivity towards auditory stimulation, sounds, movements, vestibular stimulation. And because they are so cautious of their environment, they'll be distractible. So visual perceptual skills will be affected. Visual focus will be affected. The child won't be able to attend to a task at a go, and you will find this child as either daydreaming or always be more aware of their surroundings. In order to test whether your older child has a retained Moro reflex or not, the way is either in lying position or even in sitting, that you ask your child to first open up their arms and legs completely. After that, ask them to close it in. So if the child is crossing their left leg over the right leg, usually this would be their reaction. The arms will go in the opposite side. For testing, you have to ask the child to do both in the same direction. So the right leg is on top and the right hand is on top. This will be a difficult movement for them. So let us start with our first activity, which is the starfish exercise. In this, the testing position is only used. We ask the child to make a star position with legs outspread and arms spread, and then ask them to try to move the right arm and right leg on top, extend again, and repeat the movement. So 5 times we can do from the right side, then change, and then bring the left leg and left arm on top. Remember, every time you have to ask the child to use this starfish position. The next activity for Moro's reflex is when the child has to sit on a therapy ball and try to move themselves back and then get up. Usually a child who is hypersensitive would be really scared of letting them drop back. So ask them to try to do it slowly. Initially you can support the back of the child from below and later let it go. Or you can keep your hands ready so that the child lands on them, feels more secure, and then gets help in getting up. The next exercise is called a prayer pose, in which you bend your legs. After that, ask the child to join their hands like in a prayer pose. Then try to take their hands up and inhale while simultaneously bridging your back. And then bring it down and exhale to open your arms. For the next exercise, first the child keeps their head up and arms and legs stretched, followed by bringing their legs together and arms, along with bringing your head up. Release. Release. The next exercise is called as a duck pigeon exercise, in which keep the hands on the side. In this, if your thumbs are pointing inward, your toes should be facing out. And if you rotate your hands for your thumbs out, your toes should be facing in. The next activity uses a stick in the hand. So it matters if the child's thumb are in or the thumbs are out. So the child has to walk with both thumbs out. At that time, the feet should be pointing inward over a distance of 5 feet. And if the thumbs are pointing inwards, the feet have to point outward. The same activity can be done using two markers, where the markers, they're pointing inward or outward, and the feet direction have to be opposite to them. So the feet are either moving inward or they are moving outward. The ball activity can also be modified. So when the child is going back, they can come up to try to hold a ball in front of them and then again go back. Similarly, with the popcorn exercise, the child can try to grab two ropes, or the child can try to grab a stick in front while they are coming up and then move back in. I hope these reflex integration exercises you found useful. Please like the video if so. Subscribe to the channel for more videos related to child development and reflex integration series. Please keep following it. Add any queries or suggestions in the comments below. Ring the bell icon for notifications when my videos are out, and we'll meet again soon. Bye.